Buongiorno YouTube, my name is Malabrace89, but you probably know me with my deviantart username that is insert as this technique. And in this video I want to do a simple GIMP tutorial on the quickest and easiest way to head swap cartoon characters. Be aware though that it doesn't apply in all the situations, but just in some situation where the images are very easy and very manageable. I wanna apologize too for my voice, for my accent, since I am Italian, for my bad video editing skills, and for everything that you might find irritating or annoying in this video. The first thing that you might need to do in order to follow this tutorial is to install GIMP 2.8. I think that you can find it online for free on the site www.gimp.org. The first time that you open the program after installing it, it will take a lot of time to load all the plugins. The following times will be a little bit quicker, but don't be afraid by its slowness. It's completely normal. First time you'll open the program, you will be greeted by a site like this. I personally find the mode with 3 windows extremely annoying, but it has its perks. By pressing tab you can hide the 2 windows, as you can see, hide the panels. But I prefer to use the single window mode. Just click here and there you go. I prefer to use this because I'm used to the prior version of GIMP, that was the 2.6. Now that our working Windows is ready, we need to open the images that we will use. In this particular tutorial we will use Ash and Gardenia from Pokemon 4th season. I don't remember if this Ash is from the 4th season, but we will make do with what we have. I have them in recent images, but if you don't, you need to do open and then searching for them inside the branch. Okay, then when you click an image, just click open and image will open. Very easy. Now I will open the other at the same way. Be sure to check that the images are in the RGB mode, since they are easier to work with that way. I was trying to add a gradient for the sake of the tutorial, but in this other mode it doesn't even let me add a gradient, so be aware of that. Now that our images are ready and they are in RGB mode, we can start to work properly with them. I added a gradient, as I already said, just for the tutorial's sake. When you have a background on one of the 2 subjects, you might need to remove it, so I will show you a very easy way to do it, that is with the wand tool. The translation from the Italian is magic wand, but I don't know if in GIMP it is called magic wand or wand in English. Well, just select the wand and put the threshold on a certain point. You might need to fiddle with that, and let's see. Well, the borders are perfect here, so I think I selected a good threshold. And just continue to select the background. As you can see here, we can select the background very well because it's a pixel image, but if it wasn't a pixel image we might have had some troubles in the selection part. Just select everything until all the green and the yellow, in this case, are completely selected, and then you can just hit the button delete. That will delete everything in your selection. so be sure that you don't have anything important selected while you're doing that. As you can see, it left some areas, so I didn't do a good job. Well, we can fix it very easily. Just select the part that you might have forgotten or the program might not have selected correctly. Even here, as you can see, 1 and 2 pixels. I'm very lucky that in this case those are pixels, because if they weren't pixel, well, I might have needed to select blurry lines and put a threshold even here to make this selection very fuzzy, and that way I would have been able to select with a little bit of control, with a little bit of more control. And now we deleted the background, the pesky backgrounds. Let's just assume that we did the same thing with this, even if we didn't. So we are ready to the next step. A couple of side notes. The keyboard shortcuts that I'm using are Control and mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out, mouse wheel just to scroll the image up and down, and Shift and mouse wheel to scroll left and right. I rarely use the left and right one, but it's there if you need it. And another thing, if the images weren't made by pixel, you could just put a little bit lower threshold here, select areas around, and you would have had a little line of background here. Well, you can fix it quite easily. It's not as quick, but you can fix it. You need to put the rubber tool with really fuzzy stroke and fiddle a little bit with the dimension. Be aware that this slider is very sensitive. Look, it's already this big. I don't know if you can see it on video, but it's really big. As you can see, it's really a big stroke right here. See? Giant. And if I move it a little bit, is very smaller. And if I'm foolish enough to do this, I will delete my all image in one click. So it can get humongous really quickly. So be a little bit careful while you're playing with the slider. If you just click on the white area, as you can see, you have this arrow. You can set the dimension. If you go on the border, you will get this other kind of slider that allows you to move it a little bit at a time, and is a bit better to fiddle with small numbers. When you are normally in your career, you will always use this kind of slider, this kind of movement, especially on the dimension slider for the brush and the rubber. For the other sliders, you might use the arrow, because you set it, and especially for the thresholds in the wand tool, you might want to use the arrow. It's easier. And okay, as I was saying, you will just need to fiddle with the rubber with a really fuzzy brush for a little bit, and you will need to delete every single border. It's a boring job, but no one said it was easy. Well, I said it was easy, but yeah, you get the point. After this humongous blabbing time, it's finally time to merge the two images together. Just select with a rectangular selection tool the first image, Ctrl C, go on to the other image and Ctrl V, and to new layer. You just make a new layer with ash, and I prefer to move it to the side a little bit more, because I will scale the image in a second, or this level in a second, so I want to put it a little bit far away so I can scale it without any hassle, without any problem. Now we just set the set the area to levels, basically. That is, this button is under our animation, and we included all the layers inside the pic. It's something that you do quite often, especially when you are almost done with pictures, or if you need to do some edit to the dimensions, and just scale the image. In this case it's already clicked because I did try to do a tutorial before, but it was really bad, and now I'm doing another one. Be sure that this is clicked, those are linked. That fixes the ratio of the image. As you can see, I cannot deformate it. I could deformate it by doing that, but no. Reset, and if those are unlinked, I can size it however I want, as you can see, and is not recommended. Just set it and resize it when they are almost the same dimension, like this. This is almost the same dimension, isn't it? Yeah. Just press the scale button. This is the second, starting from the right, and you're done. You could also set it by punching the numbers here, but it's advised if you wanna scale the whole image of a certain ratio that you know that you're given, or that you wanna do. But if you are doing it with the mouse, is better. Okay, scale button, and you're done. Next step. I'm also sorry to record this by doing little piece by piece, but I don't think I would be able to do it in just one set, one go, because I will be too emotional to do that, and I want to have a little bit of control. I want to be able to delete a piece if I don't like it, or just tinker with it a little bit more. And basically it's my first tutorial. Well, actually it's the second, but you know the point. The thing that we need to do now is to select the two heads and make them on separate layers. We have a little problem here that you can see, because the head is cut off by this section of the t-shirt, but don't worry, I will show you how to fix it really easily. Okay, I can just use the lasso because it's the quickest way. Just drag and drop, no, not drag and drop, just click to set the points. You don't need to be very accurate, since we will just copy this section, we will not cut it, so we don't need to be super accurate. And there, this is our selection. I think I did a good job. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, new layer, and we can move it around, and as you can see is on its own. The head is on its own. Now, one thing that we need to do is to delete this, but I will show you how to do it in the next step. So I will do the same lasso thing with gardenia, and see you when I finished. There we go, 2 tricks with the lasso. First thing first, if you, instead of just clicking, you keep clicking, you can draw freehand the selection, and it's cool if you need to do a curve, or as you are on a rush, you can draw it pretty well. And then another shortcut is double clicking to close the selection. Of course, in this case this selection is terrible, so we are not going to use that. Now, next step is to delete the heads on the original layer, just using the rubber tool. I will use a 75 hardness tool because it deletes pretty well. Again, you don't need to be very accurate because we will fiddle with the layer under it a little bit better later because it changes from time to time, but giving a good old rub job is just advised. And I hope that rub job doesn't mean something bad, because I don't know every single dirty meaning of stuff in English. Okay, I'm showing everything to you because it's not very long as a job, and just start putting them in place. As you can see, they are not sized correctly, but now we will resize them. Man, this code is really killing me. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we need to be a little bit more precise, so I would like to just see one of the two layers, not both. And to do that I just click on the eye icon. Which layer is this? Oh, it's the other body. Okay, let's just analyze the situation. Ooh, okay, we need a rubber with really small rubber to delete this with precision. Try to get rid of the black borders of the old head too, and there's a big gap here, but we will use the clone tool that I will show you in a second. Just unsee this layer and select the head layer. You can see I selected the head layer because first here there is a teeny tiny picture of the head. I'm middle clicking to show you a little bit better, and you can also see there are those yellow borders. The yellow borders indicates a layer. Okay, just delete the zone under it. Maybe I will need a 5.5 tool for this because it's a bit more precise. And now is the time to use the clone tool. As you can see here, there is a section that is missing. We can use just the clone tool, Control and shift click to select the point from which it will clone, and simple shift clicking to start cloning. And as you can see, it's very powerful. I don't know if you can hear my clicks, but I'm clicking a lot. Don't worry if this border is too thick, you can just use the rubber tool again and delete what you need, and voila, it's very smooth. As you can see, maybe a little bit of this here just to bring the shadow a little bit down, and voila. Ooh, this blue bit here doesn't fit, so yeah, delete it. Let's see how's the situation here. We need to resize it. We know the deal. Just use the resize tool and trial and error and see how it is now. It's a bit better. It's a bit better. Maybe I would like to shape it a little bit more. I can use this tool, that is the perspective tool, to make it look like that Ash's head is looking there. Yeah, puts the in perspective. Well, not cool perspective. I did a terrible job. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and a little bit here. Ooh, too much. Too much. Yes. Okay, I wanna rotate it a little bit. As you can see, I'm just tinkering with it. I'm just fiddling around, trying to make it look natural. And I'm pretty happy on how it turned out. So I'm just putting it in position, and now I will show you how to do this. But you might have guessed it's the clone tool again. No. Okay, that's a bit better. Oh, I need to do it smaller, even smaller. Who would have thought? And voila, I'm clicking like a madman, but it's almost done. I can do this and just copy the border and delete this, move it a little bit up. Voila! Voila! Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job. We still need to adjust the color, but I will show you how to do that in a bit. I'm doing a similar job with Gardenia, with just deleting what I need to delete, and I will show you that. Huh? I'll show you that. Okay. Gardenia layer selected. Delete tool. Yes. Yes, here. Okay. Ash layer selected. Try to delete this and this. Okay. Now is the time where precision is required, and let's see how it fits. It fits terrible. Absolutely terrible. First thing first, let's resize it. Oh, whoa, what happens? Okay. Yeah, is this cool too much? Better. Rotate it. There we go, now it starts to look more natural. Whoa, there we go, perfect. We just need to delete this bit right here. Yes, and we are done. We will fix it. We will fix this in a short bit. Now for the color part. In the last bit when I said Control Shift clicking, I was doing this piece here. I didn't mean Control Shift clicking, I mean Control Left clicking. Okay, Control and left clicking to set the area where to clone, from where to clone, and left clicking, just easily left clicking to set to clone. Now I don't know what I selected and what I'm cloning, but I just undid it, so we are cool. Okay, select the color. Right now we are just taking the color from the blurry part and spreading it to the less blurry part because it's easier. Here it will be a little bit harder, but we will manage, don't worry. Okay, select the layer with HZ. When you are in the eavesdrop, you can also set a square from where to take the color. You can adjust the size of the square here, this slider, as you can see, bigger, smaller, but I don't want that. Or you can do this checkbox. This checkbox practically says to ignore layer. If I select here, as you can see, the color changed. I left click, and if I right click, I make this drop down, but I can shift click, control click is control left click to select for the bottom color. But now I'm doing ash, not the other one. So we will do first, well, in this case there is more contrast between the shadow and the light here, so we probably are better by doing the light first. Simple and easy way. Let's see if it works. It was quite well. Yeah, it's quite. I like those approximation. Yeah, maybe a little bit. You can move the slider to set the threshold. Fiddle with it a little bit. Just trial and error. This seems that too much. Too much again. Too much again. Man. Oh, not too much. No. And just feel the shadows. What are those shadows? Come here, shadow, shadow, shadow. Where are you? Okay. Found one. And all the other shadow are the same way. Right. This is a very lazy way, but it works. So let's not despise that. As you can see, good results with almost no effort. You lose some quality, like here, but if you plan to redraw the image, it doesn't really matter, like I do with my images. This is almost never the finished product, and if you wanna see me doing the same thing, this time we will get more contrast by doing the light color first, so it is exactly what I'm doing, because more contrast is better. Yeah. Now, since it is a... Yes. Okay, I need to do... No, this I will do a shadow. I don't care. I don't follow the rules, I make my own rules. Other color... now I don't understand which color I selected, so I just click here to set it back to black and white. Okay. That's the right color here, and then all the other shadows. And don't worry, I know that there is that gap that makes Gardenia head float, but we will fix it. We will fix it. Do not worry. See, here I lost a lot of resolution, but what can I do? I gotta do what I gotta do. Done. I forgot to delete a piece here. Yeah. Maybe I can put it a little bit more down. Now, a trick you can use. Let's unselect this. Okay. You can just use here. This is normal. This is dissolving, and this is behind. You can use behind to draw without deleting, without overwriting what was there, so it's quite useful. Maybe 100 for 100 here, and let's see. Perfect. I can also put it to 1 pixel and 1 pixel here to draw exactly as it says, 1 pixel. And if I would have used the pencil tool, I could have drawn straight lines, just real pixel art. This is too much pixel art for me. This is too much pixel arty for me, so I'm going to smooth it a little bit. That's better. Wonderful. Can I adjust it a little bit? Yeah, there we go. This is a work of art. This is perfectly done. Okay, and we are pretty much set. I could add a shadow under here, and while I'm at it, I will show you how to do a shadow. I'm just putting a shadow layer. I call it shadow. Put it at the bottom. I'm just drag and dropping. Well, oh, doesn't let me drag and drop today. There's something really wrong, but I can use the arrows that are here to move it. Page up or page down is to select the layer, okay, and I can just use an ellipse and set blurry borders with really blurry borders. Do this and this and this on the shadow layer. I could also have used the behind function here. What happened here? Go back to your... I have a moment of problem. Well, for the rest of the tutorial you are remaining like this. I will fix it for next time, I promise. If there will be a next time. Just select it and voila! The shadows are really quickly and nicely done. And that concludes our super easy tutorial on how to head swap people. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time, if there is another time.